Welcome, folks. Welcome to the Great American Mail, biggest story of the day, the Great American Mail, the Florida and Georgia lawyer that breaks down the news and events of the day through the lens of the law, the Constitution, and history. Today's biggest story is Jake Tapper's interview of the president. Now, he didn't talk about the southern border at all, and that should be enough to know that it's not an interview. But when he did talk about something, he talked about it in very misleading ways. We're going to give you two examples here. Again, biggest story of the day, we try to keep this 4 minutes or less. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, please share it with a friend, let other people know about it, and help us continue to grow the channel. So without further ado, here is, and if you're listening to it on Rumble, please give us a Rumble as well. Just hit that little plus button there. Anyway, here's the president supposedly being interviewed by Jake Tapper about Hunter. Take a listen.
Charge your son Hunter for tax crimes and a false statement about a gun purchase. Personally and politically, how do you react to that?
Well, first of all, I'm proud of my son. This is a kid who got, not a kid, he's a grown man. He got hooked on, like many families have had happen, hooked on drugs. He's overcome that. He's established a new life. He is, I'm confident that he is what he says and does.
Okay, blah, 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 blah. What Biden does, he uses his kids. He talks about the whole empathy thing. He talks on, and Tapper lets him do it. First and foremost, that's not the biggest problem with Hunter. The biggest problem with Hunter is the Hunter laptop and the fact that he's engaged in nefarious business deals, and Biden's the big guy. How do you not ask about that? How do you not ask about the southern border, as I've already said? Can't give you a bit about that because he didn't ask. Well, if you think that's bad enough, listen to what he had to say, the question about a recession. Now, both of them are going to lie about this. But take a listen. Here's Tapper talking to Biden in a non-interview interview. It's a show interview about where the economy is. Take a listen.
Midterm elections are 4 weeks from today. The economy remains top of mind for voters. JP Morgan Chase CEO said the U.S. is likely to enter a recession in the next 9 months. Bank of America says the U.S. could start losing 175,000 jobs a month. Gas prices are on the rise again. Should the American people prepare for a recession?
No. Look, they've been saying this now. How every 6 months they say this. Every 6 months they look down the next 6 months and see what's going to happen. It hadn't happened yet. It hadn't. There is no.
All right, so he just mumbles on. We're in a recession. Anyway, I pulled it up on the Google. Here you go right here. This is one article. It's from Forbes. But all of them say that. They've changed the definition. Recession tracker. Are we in a recession? Right. In the summer of 2022, politicians, economists, and market professionals engaged in a great semantic debate over whether or not the U.S. economy was in recession. According to the general definition, not the general definition, the definition, 2 consecutive quarters of negative gross domestic product, GDP, the U.S. entered a recession in the summer of 2022. That would be last quarter. It's also going to be in a recession this quarter when the numbers come out. Folks, that's just been the way it's been measured forever. They've changed it for Biden. Why him and Tapper can lie. Anyway, the organization that defines U.S. business cycles, however, the National Bureau of Economic Research, takes a different view. According to their definition, which is a new definition, blah, 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 blah. The new definition is 2 quarters of negative growth and a Republican's in office. Then we'd be in a recession. Folks, anyway, we try to keep these under 4 minutes. It was a complete show interview. You see the show trial of Alex Jones, which came out with a huge verdict today. You see the show trials of Donald Trump, and here is a show interview. Anyway, if you enjoyed this live stream, please subscribe to the channel, share it with other people, and if you enjoyed it, we hope to see you on the next one, which will be tomorrow.